A 9-year-old with his own business. He's the talk of the town. Is he a future billionaire? Last night we introduced you to Caine and Caine's Arcade.
You got 15 seconds. If you 15 seconds for the whole game. If you get in here, you get 2 tickets. If you get in here, you get 0.
Okay. This kid built an arcade out of cardboard, set up in his father's auto shop in East LA. Okay, his first customer was a filmmaker who shot a video, put it on the web, got more than 3 million hits as the filmmaker, and he since started a college scholarship for Caine. And tonight, Forbes is saying this kid may be a future billionaire. What makes one a success? We are joined by Mark Stagan. Thanks so much. I just got to run down your resume. One of the biggest, fastest growing businesses in the nation, CEO of Emerald Health Services, an Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year, an angel investor for other startups. And you had your first business when?
14 years old. So I'm feeling a little bit behind the 8 ball because 9, that's
right.
Amazing.
What was your business?
I had a comic book store. So sold comic books, and I was always the young kid at all the conventions, and it was pretty great. And the whole reason it started was because my parents were supportive, and I needed to make money, and they said, follow your dream and start something new. And I've had a bunch of businesses since I was a kid, and some were great and some were disastrous.
And that's the life of an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But you see in this kid that same kind of support.
Absolutely. I mean, his father was very supportive. His father didn't say, hey, quit screwing around with those boxes. His father said, do it, make something happen. All
right, tonight Forbes magazine says this kid could be a billionaire in 30 years. Why and how? Take a look at their list in this article, and you can jump in as well. Sure. On the qualities of a billionaire entrepreneur. Luck. He meets this filmmaker who says, I'm going to make you famous.
That was a good first customer.
Yeah. Impossible perseverance. Irrational optimism. Talk about that.
Irrational optimism, I think, is incredibly key because most people, I believe, tell you can't do something. They say, oh, that's a dumb idea, it'll never work. And I think what entrepreneurs excel at is sort of ignoring that advice and going against the grain. When I started my current company, Emerald Health Services, there were a lot of healthcare companies out there, and a lot of people said, do we really need another one? And I said, absolutely, there's always room for one more.
Okay.
And Facebook, about to go public, they weren't the first social media company.
Right.
They started a company with a lot of competition, and I think that's one of the best parts is irrational optimism, is doing something even when people say, there's a lot of people doing it, how are you going to succeed?
Okay, let's look more at the list. Passion, which we saw that, willing to work on a budget, well, he started with cardboard, and funding. So he's kind of off and running now.
Sure. Most businesses don't get venture capital funding. They start off really small. Every really big business started off really small somewhere in somebody's garage. So just because you don't have a lot of money or fancy bank account or backers, it doesn't matter. You can start anything in your garage or in your father's shop.
And they also said living in California is great because we have more billionaires here than any other state. What's the #1 thing you look for when you're judging?
You know, I think one of the #1 things I'm looking for is people who really are passionate about what they do, because that's what separates you out from everybody else. You're going to work a little bit harder, you're going to be a little bit more creative, a little bit entrepreneurial, and that gives you the edge because, you know, it's a very competitive world. There's always somebody out there trying to succeed, and I think this kid has the beginnings of what it takes to make it big.
We wish him a lot of luck. We thank you for coming in on a Friday night.
Thank you very much, Christine.
I will see you at this year's Entrepreneur of the Year Awards.
Looking forward to it.
All right.
Thank you.